welcome to the podcast episode 4. And today we bring you an inspiring story of landing an off-campus placement in Myntra. So, hello, Alan.
Hi, Shania.
Congratulations to you for landing in Myntra. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. Yeah, it feels good. But right now, I guess it's been 3 months, so that feeling has sunk in a bit.
Okay. So, could you tell a bit about yourself and the role you have landed?
So my name is Alan Albuquerque. So I'm from Bangalore itself. I'm currently a final year computer science student in Anand Sagar, and I'll be joining as a software engineering intern in Myntra.
Okay, that's good. What made you go for an off-campus placement and all?
I wasn't fixated that would go for an off-campus placement, so it was through one of my mutuals who told that was working in Myntra. So they and I was looking for an internship from Jan. So they told, why not? I refer you in Myntra. So I told, yeah, okay, fine, that works. So they referred me in Myntra, and after that, I had first a telephonic call, which in which the HR explained me what all rounds, like a general introduction about myself and what all rounds will follow. After that, I had a test round. So it was a DSA based test round, following which I had 2 rounds of interview.
So it was based on the referral, not like resume shortlisting
No. It was based on a referral.
based on referral. So, do you think that getting shortlisting of resume is a like tough thing right now?
Uh, Shortlisting of a resume, I don't know how much it depends. I feel referral works getting in through your connections, because normally HRs they get many resumes. So the criteria in which they shortlist the resumes again is mainly based on, again, will be ATS. So I don't know how much shortlisting of a resume works, but I guess it's better to just build connections and try asking the referrals, because that would directly put you one step ahead of sending in your resume, then getting shortlisted. So getting through a referral will directly get you opportunity to either get interviewed or, like, try uh, through a test or anything like that.
Okay. So, they didn't ha bother much about your resume, or did they ask questions about that based on the
uh,
resume?
yeah, that was in the interview rounds. So yeah, so after the test round I got to know I had cleared it, and so I had first round technical interview. It was DSA based. So I started off with a general introduction about the interview and myself, and after that, I was asked to pick any one project in my resume and asked to explain about it. I guess that went on for about 5-10 minutes. After that, I was asked 2 to 3 DSA questions. So I guess if I recollect, I guess one was based on stacks, uh, one was based on binary search tree. Yeah, and I can't recollect the
So
other
they were
question.
all basic questions or medium level or hard level?
They were medium level questions, I guess. It shouldn't be that difficult for you to crack those questions. I guess with the regular practice of DSA, you should sail through those questions. They're mainly checking, how you would approach to solving the problem. They didn't want you to give the exact solution to the problem. So basically, they wanted to see how you would approach the problem, like your various methods, how would you use it, and how you can work on optimizing the solution even more better.
Okay, so that's a key takeaway for our audience. So ha have you like practiced lead code, hacker rank, or anything like that?
Yeah, I used to practice in Geeks or Geeks. So
Okay,
I actually like normally practice, like, I guess 2 to 3 questions every day. Yeah, that's it.
that's it. Okay. So you like any specific projects they were checking in the interview or any achievement you had before that stood up for you?
No, nothing as such. So basically, my first round of technical interview was purely DSA based. Again, I had another technical interview after that. Even that was again DSA based itself. But that interview was mostly checking on, my projects, and like, why did I choose a particular front end stack? Or why did I particularly choose a just back end stack? Why did I choose Django and why not Node.js for backend? So he was rather seeing that aspect of me rather than focusing more on DSA. DSA was also asked in the interview, but he was dwelling more on my project's perspective. So he wanted to know like he asked me to explain all my projects and like what was your idea behind working in these projects, what were your shortcomings, and for example I use SQL, why SQL, why not no SQL, didn't you like and also like they wanted to check like are you someone who's eager and willing to learn new things, or like exploring new possibilities basically, or like are you stuck onto just your college whatever syllabus which they teach you, or normally do you explore things over and beyond rather than just focusing on whatever the college teaches you. So he was checking that perspective of me, and I guess yeah, that also worked to my advantage.
Okay, so they were thinking about how good is your problem solving abilities, not only related to coding, but also like in your regular life.
And yeah, also like how much will you be willing and open to learn new things, because normally software engineering is one domain where you can't just rely on one tech stack. You
Correct.
must be open to new challenges and like just switching tech stacks, right? So they were seeing that will you be open to learning new things, always exploring new possibilities. So this they wanted to check that. And yeah, apart from that, again, yeah, there are again two DSA questions, which are normal interview based questions. I guess one was dynamic programming and one more was a linked list question.
Okay. And did you prepare anything about for a test, coding test?
It was normal, regular, like I guess however we practice in lead code, like this lead code 150, like blind 75, all the stuffs are there, right? So it was just those normal questions, and apart from that, mock interviews, I guess. Like take most importantly, what works in your favor is timing yourself. Whenever you're practicing DSA problems, I guess it's important to time yourself, because that way you will get to know like where you're lagging behind and like how much time you actually need to spend on one particular question. So I guess that way you can actually focus on where you're lagging behind and start working on it.
Okay. So how did you prepare for technical and behavioral round? Like any specific resources or strategies you have used?
No, I didn't focus much on using any resources. I guess I was just mostly I used Geeks or Geek itself for my material, whether be it mock interviews or solving problems. So apart from that, yeah, nothing much.
Okay. So for students who are aiming to secure an off-campus placement, what's the one thing they should prioritize?
uh, I guess for first and forefront is build connections. I guess that is the most important thing, because just normally sending in your resume, I guess won't really make you get noticed. So, for example, you're going for any connect event held by any company, there'll be obviously many people with high positions who come and attend those events. So, at most, try building or making connections with them. At the same time, uh, in LinkedIn, try connecting recruiters of various companies like talent acquisition heads. So try sending him the requests, popping in your messages, and basically while whenever you're asking for a referral, try putting a meaningful message rather than directly asking, hello, my name is so and so, I'm looking for a position in your company. Maybe like draft that message in a very well way, like what are your interests, what you can, what new things you can bring to that role, and how the company will benefit from you being an addition to that role. I guess that might help, might interest the recruiter, and like they might refer you. You never know.
Yeah, that's a strong point. So there are some myth that only top tier colleges get noticed. So is that correct?
uh, it might be correct, because these when you're normally from a tier 2 or tier 3 college, I guess an element of luck also can play to your factor, not completely. uh, I guess it depends again. I
Yeah,
can't guarantee this.
okay. So apart from all these things, apart from your curricular activities, what extra things you have done in your college?
Like you mean technical aspects, right?
Technical aspects or non-technical aspects?
Technical aspects, like I used to take part in hackathons. Like I've taken part in like I guess 4 or 5 hackathons. I guess taking part in hackathons really helps, because you learn to dwell in pressure. Basically, you're time bounded. You start off. I guess you start off planning on something. Eventually, you're as time progresses, you realize that you can't achieve everything. So I guess an hackathon always helps you, realign your goals. Again, you can put into real life perspective. When you are met with any dead end or block, you get to know that whatever objectives which I aimed at is not working. So again, you realign your goals. I guess we can relate that to an hackathon. How I used to balance technical and everything is, um, I guess at least give 1.5 hour every day to get your fundamentals right, because in an interview that's what they look at. They don't expect you to know everything. It's normal not to answer everything, but you should be strong with your fundamentals, whether be it any operating systems or database management or DSA. Those are the core principles which they look in any CS graduate. So try getting a good grasp of your fundamentals and just make sure you're strong at them, and at the most try revising your fundamentals whenever and as possible.
Okay. So before Myntra, have you applied to any company,
Off campus.
off campus or on campus, anything?
Yeah, off campus, I had one referral in Goldman Sachs. I did try that, so I didn't get in through. On campus, yeah, I was applying for many companies here and there.
How long was the process, entire process from that coding test to the end round of interview?
So I after I cleared the coding round, I I guess after a week or so, 1.5 week or something like that, I got to know I cleared it, and my interview was scheduled. I guess the following week after that, and yeah, I had two back-to-back rounds. I mean, and also the feedback I used to receive immediately. So post that, after that two rounds, and I got to know I was selected like 2 weeks post that. I got to know through an HR call.
Okay. So how much do you think the basics, whatever you told, operating system and then software engineering as a subject helped you in this roles interview? And like you had any development project or machine learning project earlier?
Yeah, so our mini project was based on, it was an AIML project. So that was, I had to explain that in my first round of interview. My second round of interview I had a full stack project. So my interview was more interested in, so we had used Django for the back end of it. So he was interested in that project to know that, why Django, like why not Node.js, why particularly this language? Like, did you, when you started off with this language, were you comfortable picking this, or you people went beyond your comfort zone and picked this language? So questions like this. So yes, they try to pick one project, any project which you feel you can explain very well, and your questions will revolve around that, because one of our full stack projects are this concept of similar to full duplex, where like WhatsApp messaging, messages are get transferred within one connection itself. So they're checking even that. So what all OS concepts which you have used, DBMS concepts. Yeah, so all of that, I guess if you can explore all of that possibilities and you try explaining all these concepts in your project, I guess that really helps, and you can, there'll be an addition factor to you know progressing further, I feel.
Okay. Any of your projects or achievement that played a key role for you?
Any of my achievements. My interview was solely based on my projects. I guess a good solid, for me, a good solid full stack project, I guess that really helped, because I was able to talk about for nearly 25 minutes in the interview, and like answer questions about it, and like yeah, so many stuffs about it. I guess that full stack project really gave that's what I feel thinking about it. From when thinking about it now, I feel that full stack project really gave a good impression to the interviewer, I feel.
Okay. So were the interviewers more biased towards any of the languages? Like we have so many language, Java, Python, C, C++, or JavaScript. So they were biased towards any language. Like you should be knowing Java or Python particularly.
No, nothing as such. So they just wanted to, you can pick any language of your choice. So basically I was just asked to type a pseudocode. I wasn't asked to hard code anything. So they're mainly checking our approach. How would you approach any problem and how would you optimize it? From a language perspective, no. There was no restriction that such that you have to code in Java, Python, or particularly as such. But when you're picking a language, you must have a clear definition of like why this language you're picking. So they wanted to know that reason behind it. When you're working on something, they wanted to know why didn't you explore other possibilities. So as long as you're able to answer that, I guess you should be good.
Okay. So can you give a insight about your role, like what work, what type of work you are doing, and all those things?
Right now, actually, I don't have much idea about it. I just know that I'll be interning as a software engineer. So right now, I haven't got much information about it. So whatever I've looked up, they have like multiple teams which handle the website and like yeah. So brief
Okay.
idea about it till now.
So when are you? So to your classmates, like now also you are in fourth year and many of them are not placed yet. So your classmates, to your juniors, what advice you will give to them?
I guess you need to be consistent with whatever you're doing because consistency is very important. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I myself find it hard to be consistent. Apart from that, I guess you must keep trying. You will get rejected multiple times. You must just take it positively. It might hurt. It might be your dream company and everything, but you can take that as a lesson and work on yourself more because you never know. Uh, Sometimes luck does play a factor, but not completely. I guess try being consistent, keep working hard. Most importantly, keep a solid grasp of fundamentals because that's what that's what should be bread and butter for every person pursuing computer science engineering. That's what they will look at. They won't try and ask too complicated questions. It's just going to be simple questions revolving around your fundamentals. So most importantly, just brush up your fundamentals and just keep practicing DSA regularly because that's what is needed to crack any interview or being a very in a tech field.
Okay. So now that you have achieved a good place, so what more skills and area you are planning to focus?
I don't know. I guess I just want to learn from the best people over there. Grasp just all the knowledge possible and try upskilling myself and learn everything that is to be learned from them and not particularly be reliant on one technology or one tech stack. Try new fields possible, maybe something in machine learning or something in AI or DevOps. So yeah, that's purely my focus, I guess. Try being don't be dependent on one stuff. Maybe try being skilled in different stuffs because with the current market scenario you never know what will go down again or what will rise up. So try skilling yourself with many things as possible. I guess that's what I'll try to do, learn many things from them. And most importantly, I guess be curious to learn new things, keep questioning on why, how, all that stuff. I guess that'll be important.
So do you think now you have said about the market stuff and all, do you think it had a negative impact on jobs or placements, anything like that?
mm, yeah, I guess then companies are hiring, I guess, from my point of view, but I guess the numbers which they're hiring is drastically lesser to what they were hiring before. Apart from that, I guess if you are skilled enough, I guess it shouldn't be a problem for you to get hired anywhere or being noticed anywhere. And also try putting your work in public. I guess whatever you do, maybe try putting it up with LinkedIn or like stuffs like that, or actually even putting your work up on X, I mean pastly known as Twitter, also helps because that way you can grow. People can notice your work, and you never know. Some random day, someone might randomly drop a text within you and tell we're looking to hire someone who's skilled in this. So I guess that could also work in your favor. But I guess as long as you're skilled enough, it really shouldn't be a problem for you to land in an internship or a job anywhere. But again, you need to build connections for that.
Yeah, correct. So thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you for sharing your inspiring journey with us.
Thank you, Shania, for having me on this podcast. I really loved it.